there were 3 children, and their names were Wendy, Michael, and John. They lived in London in a very, very big house. And every night, Wendy, the oldest sister, told her brothers stories about the adventures of Peter Pan.
Peter Pan, please, please. Yes, please, Wendy, tell us another story. Please, please. It is right in the house of school. Oh, now close your eyes. Good night. Good night.
A few hours later, they woke up frightened because they heard strange noises in a room.
Did you hear that? Yes, did you? Yes, but what's that light over there? Where? It's... Tinkerbell.
Then something extraordinary happened. Peter Pan appeared right there in the middle of the room.
Peter Pan!
And then Tinkerbell blew all of her fairy dust all over the children, and they started to fly. And they flew all over the room. They went up and they went down, and they went round and round until finally the 5 of them were out of the room and up into the sky. They flew days and nights. Sometimes they were cold, and sometimes they were warm. Sometimes they were hungry, and sometimes they were very sleepy. When they were flying over Neverland, Peter Pan pointed to his ship in the middle of the ocean and said,
"Look, that's Captain Hook's ship. You have to be very careful with him. He wants to be a prisoner." Who is Captain Hook? A long time ago, upon Hook's hand along with his launch. That's why whenever we hear that, very nervous. He's trying to get the little children.
Since Peter Pan was being very, very kind and polite to Wendy, Tinkerbell felt a pain in her heart, and she thought, she was so angry and so jealous and so selfish, she flew away, and she flew all the way to the Lost Boys' tree house.
Tinkerbell, where are you going?
Please, Lost Boys, help Peter Pan. He's flying with the children, but a great big mean bird is chasing them.
When the Lost Boy saw the windy bird flying up in the sky, he took out his bow and he fired straight at Wendy. Wendy, when she felt that strong pain and she fell down to the ground, the Lost Boys saw that she wasn't a mean old bird, but a beautiful girl. And they were surprised and they said,
Will you be my mother?
So Wendy, even though she had very little experience, took care of the little Lost Boys, and she told them all about Peter Pan's greatest adventures.
I want to grow up, I want to grow up. I don't want to go to school, I don't want to go to school. Just to learn to be a cat, just to learn to be a cat. And recite a silly rule, and recite a silly rule. If growing up means it would be beneath my dignity to climb a tree, I'll never grow up, never grow up, never grow up. Not me, not I, not me, not me. I won't grow up.
One night, while they were at the Lost Boys tree, something happened and they heard a terrible voice.
You are my prisoners.
Suddenly, a clock out of nowhere struck tick-tock, tick-tock, and Captain Hook was furious. He grabbed Wendy and said,
I want to see her again. Come to Peter Pan, come.
So they got into their horses and quickly left to Captain Hook's ship. The Lost Boys told Peter Pan about what had happened. So Peter Pan left Michael and John with his friends and the Lost Boys and headed to the pirate ship.
Captain Hook, here I am. Let Wendy go.
So as Captain Hook's loyal men took Wendy back to the Lost Boys tree, they went back and told them all about what had happened to Peter Pan. And at that moment, they saw a bright and shining light. It was Tinkerbell. She had come back. And Wendy smiled at Tinkerbell and said, so because Tinkerbell had a plan, she and Wendy and Michael and John and the Lost Boys headed to Captain Hook's ship. When they were near the ship, Tinkerbell started to tap dance all over the water, and soon all of the ocean's waves started to sound like a clock. Tick-tock, 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 tick-tock.
Please stop it. I can't stand that noise.
So Hook set Peter Pan free, and while Captain Hook and his mighty pirates escaped, everybody went back to the Lost Boys tree, and they were celebrating and having a huge party because they had won. Then John woke up. All of a sudden, they were back in their own bedroom. Was it a dream? But Wendy saw Tinkerbell and Peter Pan up in the sky. They were waving goodbye. The end.